Alright, fellow dog people, let's review a movie with an obligatory puppy shot for the best reason ever. 'Cause. 11 years old and puppies forever. So, Dogman. I always want to call this movie Cop Dog for some reason. But Dogman's an animated film adaptation of the children's book of the same title, children's graphic novel. The story of a cop and his dog, and then this bomb goes off, the dog's body's destroyed, the cop's head is destroyed. What to do? We'll sew the dog's head onto the cop's body. You have Dogman. Does it make sense? No, but it's a children's story, so we roll with it. Also, Wile E. Coyote doesn't start falling until he looks down. Rules are strange in Toontown. We all saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we all got traumatized at the end from Christopher Lloyd. I'm gonna try to make this a quick review, because let's face it, you're concerned with two things. Is it gonna entertain my kids, and when I'm in the auditorium with them watching the movie, is it gonna be as enjoyable for me as chewing broken glass or not? There's a villainous cat named Petey hatching a scheme. Then there are other villains out there in which the story becomes a little more complex in terms of who's a hero, who's a villain. Important thing is this, is Dogman. Why do I always want to call him he's a cop dog? But the important thing is this, is Dogman gonna entertain your kids? Yes. It has an energy about it, a momentum that's very Toon. Peter Hastings, the writer and director of this movie, was a writer and producer on Animaniacs, and you do see it. Though Dogman clearly being made for a younger audience than Animaniacs was. Also, Animaniacs, have you revisited that lately? Incredible. There's a madness to this movie that is going to keep your kids entertained and locked in, especially for the TikTok generation in which attention spans went, but who am I to speak? Welcome to my jump cut reviews. But as there's a fun energy in this movie that will keep your kids entertained, there are jokes that are clearly made for adults, not that they're raunchy. Just in terms of the reference, kids aren't gonna get it, they're not gonna understand, they're not really gonna know what it means. The animation style, as every animation these days, has to have something that makes it feel like its own. This does have an animation style that does look like the art from the books, but and again, this is the big thing nowadays, is animated to look like it's stop motion animation, you know, the frame rate's cut down. While this is a movie that's there to entertain kids, it seems to realize and know that, well, parents are gonna have to be there too. So while you're spending a bill at the movie theater to go, this is for you, my children, because I love you, I felt this movie, shockingly, did a really good job at having these emotional, heartfelt moments. It deals with generational trauma and how jerks might have learned to be jerks from their father. So do you want to pass down how to be a jerk to your kid, or do you want it to stop with you? Good lesson for kids to learn young, also profound enough for parents to be like, oh wow, okay. I don't regret buying my kid a ticket to see this film. At first glance, it seems a bit surface level. You know, it has a zaniness to it. It's like, okay, plug the kids in. It's an hour-and-a-half long babysitter, essentially. But there is something deeper there, and I appreciate that. My niece is 8. Apparently, she loves the books. There's no reason to think she's not gonna love this movie. It has fun action. It's exciting, though I couldn't help but think of the movie Big at a point, because Transformers that are buildings, just saying. I thought this movie was a good time. No alcohol required. If you're apprehensive, at matinee price. Movies are expensive these days. Cut your costs where you can. All right, so Dogman, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's a film you loved as a kid that you revisited later in life, maybe recently, and you're like, still good? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.